Up, everybody? We got some new news on the Nissan Z car, and I have a lot of information to share with you guys. It's going to be on the exterior, the interior, and then we also get some horsepower, transmission, and also packages and pricing that will be on this car. We have a lot to get into it. Let's get into it right now. So, like, the first image that we see is the front of the vehicle, and as we see here, it looks pretty much a lot like the Z concept that was released to us. One difference is in the bumper, we do see like this honeycomb rectangular pattern that they did to kind of separate that big gap and within the bumper. So it does make it a little more better, a little more separated. And then right under there, we do have a radar, as we can see. So that does mean we're going to get radar, adaptive cruise control, and also other Nissan safety features, which I will get into later. When we move a little back to the back of it, we do get a nice ducktail spoiler. And this ducktail spoiler will be on every production Nissan Z car. And I do kind of like how it looks. It kind of completes the car. Some people on comments, they weren't liking it, but I think it makes the car look a little bit better, a little more complete. We also get some smoked out headlights. I do like how this looks. It kind of blends in with the black part of the vehicle as well, which makes it look a little bit more complete. It also matches with this gray that we're seeing very nicely as well. And then right back down below it, we got two dual exhaust. And it's nothing really crazy here. It's just the exact shape, the exact size that we need on the vehicle. Nothing out of the ordinary there. And then, as we can see in this picture, there's also going to be the amber reflectors. So this means that it is an American model as well. And they do cover off like the logos and stuff like that, but they're not fooling anyone. And also on the side profile, we do see that it's going to be chrome running up through this line right here. I do wonder how it would look if they just went all black, but maybe that's something, it's probably easy to do aftermarket. And maybe that chrome divides up the black top that Nissan loves to do on their vehicles, and then the bottom of the rest of the body. So maybe that was a design element that they went into there. And then the wheels, black wheels. I love me some black wheels. They also blacked out the mirrors. I'm a sucker for black accents. Nissan did a good job here. And then let's get into the interior of this vehicle. So as we know, it's going to get a 12-inch digital display. And then we have the infotainment screen right at the side of it. The steering wheel doesn't seem to be a complete D shape. Like, I know the Rogue has a D-shaped steering wheel, so it's kind of weird that they didn't go with one here. We have the turbo gauges right on top of that infotainment screen. And as we see, this one is an automatic model, and it's going to use the Mercedes automatic, which I'll get into. And we also have a manual handbrake. That's pretty cool. I remember my parents' old Honda had one, and I haven't really been in the car with one like that since then. So now that we got the base interior out of the way, we do have one more interior that I'm going to show you. This one is a blue interior. Now, I'm going to say straight off the bat, it's not my cup of tea. I would not buy this interior. I would probably buy more like a black or a red interior. I hope they would have red since they have this like bright blue here. But this blue is supposed to go back to the original Datsun 270. It's a nice homage. I wouldn't buy it. You can see there's going to be some Alcantara on the seats right there. So they did a pretty decent job of blending the materials. But I don't know. I feel like they could have probably implemented the blue a little bit better. It's just straight blue, which kind of turns me off a little bit more. If it were like black with accents of blue, that would probably be a better look in my opinion. So let's get into the packages and spec and price that this vehicle can have. So you need to take this with a big grain of salt. This is supposedly from some insider that works close to the Nissan factory. It could be a truth, it could be the lie. We won't know until it's actually revealed, but let's get into it. So, as I said, it'll be called the Fairlady Z in Japan, and it'll be called Nissan Z here in America. And it'll start at $34,995 with zero options. At that base price, that's a really good starting price. It undercuts the Supra, it undercuts the V8 American competition. It's a little bit more than what a Miata and then what the new GT86 and BRZ will be. So that's something to be said there. And now we have two packages. So what this one's called the Type S, which is probably going to be stand for sport or something. It's going to include Brembos, thicker sways, coolers, and some other performance goodies. This little article didn't really say everything that was going to be on it. It just gives you like a little small list. And then Type T will be leather, power seats, heated and cooled seats, auto cruise control, blind spot monitoring, yada yada yada. So combining both of those will be the ST packages, and then each individual package will cost you $5,000, and then both of them combined will be around $10,000. So $45,000 for a fully loaded Nissan Z is going to be pretty much a steal. At that price, you undercut the fully loaded Supra by $10,000. You get more features than like a similar priced Mustang, Camaro, etc. And you also get a lot of performance here for the money, assuming that this is correct. The base will get Acabonos, and then the Sport or Nismo will get the Brembos. And then all cars will get the 400 horsepower VR30 DDT engine, the digital dash, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and also that rear ducktail spoiler that we saw, which I loved when I saw it. And then the dry rate of this car will be 3,252 pounds, so it's pretty close with that Project Cars leak that I talked about a few weeks ago. You can check out that video. And now for the automatic transmission, is going to be a Mercedes 9G Tronic, which is a 9-speed transmission. And this transmission is pretty decent transmission. It's not going to be as fast as the ZF and the Toyota Supra, but it does have some reputation. It is in, for example, the E63 AMG, S-Classes with the V8, Aston Martin DBX, and then the Nissan Titan. So all of these cars I mentioned do have some power. So this will be able to handle that power and also add some of the tuning that one might do to the car as well. So it's a pretty decent automatic as well. And then the naming of these packages is right here as well. So the Sport of last year's 370Z is now the new base. The Nismo model of the 370Z is now the new Sport for the new 400Z. So you're kind of getting more standard. So the Sport will be thicker sway bars, wider forged wheels, etc. And then the Nismo will be even wider wheels, thicker sway bars, and bracing. And then there will be a Nismo version coming. And that will probably be insane if this is 400 horsepower. Like imagine like a Nismo will probably basically be a baby GTR. And then the 6-speed manual that Nissan has advertised and marketed is basically a carryover from the existing 370Z. The last leaked news that this article says is that there's going to be 3 U.S. production models in the U.S. For a dealer meeting, and then journalists will be able to review it after that. Maybe they might invite me out there. Probably not. Just kidding. But I can't wait to see the reviews on this thing when journalists get their hands on it. And maybe someday I might be able to drive one for you guys as well. So the 3 cars are going to be a white two-tone. And then the 2 cars that we kind of seen through the leaks is going to be the silver two-toned and then also the gunmetal. The silver will be an automatic touring trim, and then the gunmetal is going to be a base model automatic. And that's pretty much it. I'm pretty excited for what this car has to bring. They put everything together real well, and I think I don't really mind that it's a carryover from the 370Z as long as it performs with the competition that it has. And also, many people have been clamoring for a car that feels like an old car from a few decades ago. Well, this car is it, except it has the technology such as the Apple CarPlay, and then the auto safety technologies, and it's better performing than that car. So I think it's a really good package, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be interested in it. I'm pretty interested in it. And if I had to buy a sports car today, or at least in a few months, this would probably be on top of my test drive list. So if you enjoyed this video and made it this far, like and subscribe. Comment what you think of the car down below. I read and respond to all the comments. And also, we're at 19 subscribers. Thank you for everyone who's been subscribing and supporting the videos. And if you subscribe today, you might just be my 20th subscriber. So that's going to be a moment in history. But all jokes aside, thank you for watching and have a good one. Peace.